I have from my mother's side a Chinese grandmother that was fleeing from China to Brazil, and my grandfather was from Syria and as well going to Brazil not because he chose to, but he was running from Syria. And then from my father, so my grandparents were taken to Brazil as slaves, and that's why I chose to talk about the system that creates violence, not violence against black people, violence against homosexuals, or violence against women, but the system that is created to bring us one against the other and to bring us apart. That was my main motivation, and what kind of message as a father I would like to leave to my son in the future.
El proceso creativo empezó desde antes de los ensayos. Chaim y yo quedábamos, nos encontrábamos y charlábamos de las ideas, de cómo él se inspira, y hablábamos sobre el tema, ¿no? Sobre el tema de la obra, básicamente, y cómo él se imaginaba las escenas. Entonces, en ese tiempo nosotros, era como una charla, ¿no? Un intercambio de ideas, un intercambio de información. Después, en los ensayos, pues yo sí que me he centrado en crear una estructura dentro de ese imaginario que planteaba Chaim.
My name is Chiara. I'm 42 years old. I'm here from Berlin. In this project, I have the honor to create the music for it. It was a very special one because for me, because usually I sit alone in the studio and really writing the music just by myself. And this time, really to be in the rehearsal with the dancers in the same room, it's a completely different approach to how to get ideas and how to absorb, the energies and stuff like that. So I think I would love to do it again like that, because it really brought different stuff from me out that maybe I will usually do alone in the studio. With Chaim, well, that's my second time now that we work together. The first time was not so closed as this one, because the first one was also I was more in the studio, but this one was much more closer with him. And I have to say, each director works differently, and Chaim has a very, like a very calm and specific way of communicating what he wants and what he needs. And it really fits to my energy, I felt. So I think together it was a very pleasant working together.
We started the process talking about personal experience, talking about how society is. Like the first day we had a meeting and the whole team, performers, choreographer, dramaturg, assistant, visual artist and music composer, were all together to talk about the topic of violence in our life, how we see it, and then we use to talk more about the topic during the first week.
You have nothing! You have nothing! You have nothing, piece of shit! Come on, go, come here! Come here! What's that? What's that? What's that? Very cool. What's that?
The experience to working with CHAIM is good. For that is like 9 years that we work together. What is very interesting to me and what made me continue to working with him and also decide together to found the company is how we work and which topic he's interested of. We are always on, or almost always, talking about politics and society problems, and this is what also it interests me and what made me just keep working in this. It's very physical. Sometimes we have some text, so sometimes we work on more dance performer or contemporary dance performance, and sometimes it's more physical theater, so it's changing a lot. Also the format is changing. It's very alive.
We had like to learn how to deal with this huge amount and very heavy amount of things in such a short time and in a productive way. So it was like, this was the challenge, how to kind of involve ourselves fully in such a huge thing with also protect ourselves in the making in order to be able to produce something that was on the point, that was delivering the message as it should be delivered, but also, you know, like not creating any trauma in us as dancers and as actors. He's really inspiring, I have to say. He what I appreciated the most in this time with the creation is his calm being. He's really like, as I said, the process wasn't easy, and he transmitted us this calm feeling, this peaceful feeling during the whole process that helped me. I don't want to talk for everybody, but helped me digging into what we were doing in a peaceful way.
I got the opportunity to work with CHAIM GEBBER in this beautiful production that for me is really, really intense, such a big topic to talk about it, and do it through the movement is even I don't know how to tell you, but it's very inspiring, but at the same time very hard to combine two things, you know, experience, life experience, and doing through the movement. When you experience violence in your life and then you had to play somehow the role, even if you are the aggressor or you get that, is hard to think, because you had to make a balance, you know. You had to bring your own experience to the in this case to this production that is very brutal. It was really good. I don't have any complaint, because he was very sure about what he wants. He creates such a safe place for safe place for each of us, that you had to be very open mind. You had to be humble as well, like to get any correction. But with him it was very easy, because he was just giving you, you know, tips. He was coaching you, and yeah, so it was very, very easy to work with him.
In this project, in Brutal, I am assistant to the choreographer. So I assist CHAIM in the daily tasks, and I help. I'm kind of a mediator in between the choreographer and the dancers, since I also I did some movement research with them. I've been dancing and warming up every day with them. So I'm somewhere in between the performer and the production team. And CHAIM asked me to be this kind of bridge between the two sides of the of the theater stage. This is what I'm doing.
I'm Riccardo, I'm a visual artist, and I'm supporting the piece with visual projection on a holographic screen. It was quite an interesting and unusual process for me to start from the very beginning, working with them and to build up step by step something that could work and adapt it to the timing of the piece, not to overpower with my stuff the piece, but just to combine and melt it together. It was a really nice experience because it's really calm and he's focused on what he wants, but he's also open to accept inputs from outside and to make everything work for the best of the piece.
In 2021, I've been killed 81,100 times, 45,000 times by the ones who said they loved me.